Here's this slimy ghoul, Robert Reich, I think that's how you say his name. If a third-party candidate takes even a small part of the anti-Trump vote away from Biden, Trump is likely to return to the White House. And so what? So what? Biden and Trump are the same people in office. It doesn't do anything different. And the problem with using this as a selling tactic now is that we've lived through both presidencies. You can't sell us on a boogeyman we haven't experienced. That no longer is a tactic that is going to reap benefits for those that use it. But let's get into it. They're terrified. The professional managerial class is terrified of third party. Let's read. Whether they intend to be or not, third-party groups such as No Labels and the Green Party are, in effect, front groups for Trump in 2024, and Robert can kiss our asses collectively. That's what you can do, Robert. No Labels has pledged to spend $70 million to support a third-party candidate in 2024 who could easily draw enough votes from President Biden to tip the presidential election to Trump. No Labels has already qualified as a presidential party that can run candidates on the ballots in 10 states, including in both Arizona and Florida. It claims to be a centrist organization seeking a new bipartisanship, but it will not reveal its donors, one of whom is reportedly the conservative mega donor Harlan Crow. Politico reports that No Labels has brought on a major Trump donor as an advisor in the pivotal battleground state of Florida. If you believe that No Labels exist in order to encourage bipartisanship, I have a bridge in Brooklyn I'd like to sell you. And if you believe that voting for Joe Biden stops the rightward movement of this country towards fascism, I have a bridge to sell you also in Brooklyn also, Robert. No Labels will only help elect Trump. So, will every other third party claiming to be in the center or the left, including the Green Party, which is already on the ballot in 2 key swing states, Michigan and Wisconsin, and whose most likely candidate for president is Cornel West. In full disclosure, if you guys didn't see, I don't support Cornel West as a candidate anymore, not with Peter Dow as a campaign manager, but I do support third parties running. And my candidate now is Claudia De La Cruz. We're going to reach out. I haven't done so yet. We're going to reach out and eventually get her on the show once the schedule opens up to do so. So that's my third party candidate, the socialist from the Party of Socialism and Liberation. They're on the ballot in California. That's who I will be voting for. So I'm no longer voting for Cornel West, not as long as he has this guy as a part of his team. I can't in good conscience do that or tell people to do that. So let's continue. And the People's Party, especially if RFK Jr. becomes its nominee. Wait. Is RFK Jr. now? That's a better fit to me. RFK Jr. running for the People's Party is a better fit. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. The reason they're all front groups for Donald Trump is that the upcoming 2024 election is likely to be a nail-biting close, even as a two-way race between Trump and Biden. The good news is that Trump loyalists don't represent a majority of the electorate, which is why Trump has lost the popular vote in both his presidential runs and did not top 47% in either. So as long as anti-Trump vote is unified, this is where they're assuming. There's a whole lot of assuming going on here. This is the sort of baked in thing that they did this when they brought Cornel West on CNN. So are you okay with you being in a race and tipping it to Trump as if they just assume we're all part of this anti-Trump coalition, and we are not. We are not in some broad anti-Trump coalition That's you and all the other Trump derangers are. You guys are in some sort of anti-Trump. We are part of anti-blue and red team. That's who we are a part of. But let's continue with the article. So as long as the anti-Trump vote is unified behind Biden, Trump cannot win, as Biden demonstrated in 2020. As long as the anti-Trump vote is unified behind Biden, Trump cannot win. But if a third party candidate takes even a small part of the anti-Trump vote away from Biden, Trump is likely to return to the White House. And I say, so what? There's no difference. Consider the 5 states most likely to decide the 2024 election in the Electoral College: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. For some reason, Florida isn't here, but we continue. In 2016, Trump narrowly won each of them, giving him the presidency. In 2020, these 5 states narrowly tipped in the other direction, giving Biden the president. Let me tell you right now, Biden is not winning Georgia. Biden is not winning Arizona. And I will be surprised if Biden wins Pennsylvania. I will be surprised. Michigan, I think he probably will win. I don't know. The Wisconsin as a state, I don't know as much. So I'm not sure. Biden's razor-thin margins in these 5 states in 2020 came from a massive anti-Trump vote. In all these states, at least 1 in 3 Biden voters said they voted mainly against Trump. And that's not going to happen this time. This is the problem with Joe Biden as a candidate. You built him up in 2020, not on him. You built him up on anti-Trump and a better pandemic. That's it. The pandemic is gone. There is no more anti-Trump. We've lived through both. You have a problem, Houston. You have a problem. In Wisconsin, where the Green Party has already secured a spot on the 2024 ballot, 38% of Biden voters say they'd vote mainly against Trump. In Arizona, where No Labels has already secured a spot, 45% of Biden voters said they vote mainly against Trump. How is that our problem? That you have people who are not voting, you have a candidate, I should say, who can't muster votes based on his own accomplishments and beliefs. That's a you problem.